Don in London, hello. April 2nd, 2010, Friday morning, Good Friday. My video is all about recovery from addiction to either substance or behaviour. My addictive substance, alcohol, my behaviour could be equally addictive. So, alcoholic in recovery, also in recovery from excessive work relationships, people, places, things, collecting, trying to fix myself. So these days, just finding balance in one day at a time. And it's a gift which has been given to me freely by others who also have the problem of addiction and prefer recovery from addiction one day at a time. And the fellowship of AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, has been integral to me keeping sober just one day. And that's been going on for quite a while. So, how did I ever get there? Well, 35 years of drinking. Started off with the first drink, which changed the way I felt at that moment. I felt happy, joyful, sleepy. I was a child. And it changed my feelings. So there seemed to be a quick way of feeling better. And it didn't mean I started from then on to drink copious amounts of alcohol. What it meant was it established a connection to feeling okay. And then later in life, way before drinking age was legal, I could get my hands on alcohol. So it was good, and the first few times it sent the room spinning, and then for 35 years it sent me spinning. Always trying to fix myself with being perfect and never so, and always wondering what on earth to do to help me overcome fear, putting on a brave face, and a thin veneer of ego which covered up an empty gap inside, and a lot of mistrust and angry feelings about me and my life. But at the same time I was taught, well, try to be good enough, try to do the right thing and be a part of life. So that's what I did. And alcohol helped me always to feel better about my circumstances. So joyful, convivial for a long time. Then one can't keep living at extremes. So I kept on at extremes of work, relationships, people, places, things. And I got to a point where I broke down. And then I had a few years of 24/7 drinking, which I couldn't stop. So addiction, yeah, it's not about willpower. Willpower keeps us going. Willpower turns to self-obsession, and obsession turning to self-harm. So these days, with a bit of luck, I don't do that. And it is down to people teaching me and then learning experience, strength and hope of living sober. So Alcoholics Anonymous is the backbone of my recovery. I don't speak for anything to do with people in Alcoholics Anonymous or for the fellowship. It's full of unique, authentic people who can speak for themselves where they choose. And the fellowship of AA needs no spokespersons. It's a very equal, egalitarian democracy of people who make up their minds what they want to do. Anyway, having said all that, I share my experience, strength and hope simply because if I didn't include fellowship, then my ego might be at risk of growing or inflating, because I didn't do it on my own. Simple as that. So the clarity for me is include everything that works for me in sharing how to be sober. So AA, I share the AA preamble and some of the literature, and April is all about step 4, which is, I suppose, taking stock. But before I get there, I'll share the AA preamble or statement of intent so you know exactly where I'm coming from and what I don't do, or what I do. Yeah. Alcoholics Anonymous is a fellowship of men and women who share their experience, strength and hope with each other, that they may solve their common problem and help others recover from alcoholism. The only requirement for membership is a desire to stop drinking. There are no dues or fees for AA membership. We are self-supporting through our own contributions. AA is not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, organisation or institution, does not wish to engage in any controversy, neither endorses nor opposes any causes. Our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. So the AA fellowship, statement of intent, join if you want to. Desire to stop drinking is the only qualification, if that was the only one needed. And share it, share how it works. So this is what I do. So I have here the daily reflections, which I'll cover in a moment. But I also want to share a bit from the steps, 12 steps and 12 traditions. And in the daily reflections, it covers, as I said before, it covers one step a month. So step 4, there is a little summary of what it's all about. It says here, made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. And it has a paragraph, and it reads like this: how instincts can exceed their proper function. Step 4 is an effort to discover our liabilities and also our assets. Basic problem of extremes in instinctive drives. That's going to extremes all the time. Misguided moral inventory can result in guilt, grandiosity, which is ego, or blaming others. Assets can be noted with liabilities, so it is a balance sheet of good and areas of development, if you like. Self-justification is dangerous. Willingness to take inventory brings light and new confidence. Step 4 is the beginning of a lifetime practice. Common symptoms of emotional insecurity are worry, anger, self-pity and depression. Inventory reviews relationships. Importance of thoroughness. And it is about the importance of being thorough in understanding where we are. It's not something to be overly worried about, because what we're doing is taking stock of how we've got to where we are today. So the personal inventory or moral inventory and our emotional spiritual understanding of life probably needs recalibrating, and this is what step 4 does for us. So daily reflections, each page, 1 page a day for April, all about things to do with step 4. Sorry about that, I keep on moving about. I feel uncomfortable, my foot is playing up, I broke some bones. It talks about character building, and it says this: demands made upon other people for too much attention, protection and love can only invite domination or revulsion. When I uncovered my need for approval in the 4th step, I didn't think it should rank as a character defect, need for approval. I wanted to think of it more as an asset, that is, the desire to please people. It was quickly pointed out to me that this need can be very crippling, in other words, of always pleasing others. Today I still enjoy getting the approval of others, but I'm not willing to pay the price I used to pay to get it. I will not bend myself into a pretzel to get others to like me. If I get your approval, that's fine, but if I don't, I will survive without it. I am responsible for speaking what I perceive to be the truth, not what I think others may want to hear. Similarly, my false pride always kept me overly concerned about my reputation. Since being enlightened in the AA program, my aim is to improve my character. So improving our character is doing a proper moral inventory, which is actually saying, okay, well, what is the balance of what made me angry, resentful in the past? What made me go to extremes of behaviour? What got me into this self-will obsession and self-harm? And then how to find balance in all those matters. So it's not about writing a list of horror stories. It's more to do with understanding what will keep us in balance in the future, our assets and liabilities, I guess our strengths and our areas of development. So it's not about putting ourselves down, it's about being open, honest and willing to change on a daily basis. And if we try to do it all at once, we'll fail. That's what we always used to do when we said, I won't take a drink again. Never again, we used to say. But these days it's all about progress and not perfect. So at the end of these videos I share the Serenity Prayer, and it is to God or good conscience, as you choose to understand a higher power or the wisdom of others, love and truth. God, or to good conscience, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference is always for me, just for today.